And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch it live, head over to takesbyfans.com/watch. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch it, listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, folks, today's a big old Sunday, the day of the week that we look all week forward to. What we've done all week, talking and speculating and breaking everything down and talking it all through. It all comes to fruition, hopefully, today during the glorious stretch that we call football, folks. 1s, 4s, 8 o'clocks. Oh man, all day football. So we're going to be breaking down just kind of last second best bets, last seconds ins and outs, maybe play around with some Pro Bowl voting. Might be able to get to that today as well. So we got to just talk about football for an hour before we're out of here, because we got to get out of here before 1 o'clock because that's when the game and action start. But there was still NBA on last night, so let's quickly get that out of the way before our pregame show officially begins in the NFL. So, 10 minutes on the clock, next 10 minutes uninterrupted basketball talk of what happened yesterday in the NBA, and the clock starts right now. Alrighty, here we go. A couple of games on in the NBA last night, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't take any action. We looked at the spreads, and everybody was kind of on a back-to-back, and we really wanted to stay away from that, and kind of good to stay away from betting in the NBA yesterday, because most of the games were close. I think there were like 2 blowouts, but overall, every single game was very, very close. A la this first game up here, Timberwolves at the 76ers, and it's a 1-point win, double overtime win for the Timberwolves, and this is how they got it done. It's Joel Embiid. He was finally back last night, absolutely fantastic, but it's Anthony Edwards locking him down. 76ers down 1 with a second left, and Joel Embiid tries to shoot a game-winning 3, but Anthony Edwards says, no, I'm blocking that shit. Get that shit out of here. And Anthony Edwards, man, this man is an absolute dog, and we absolutely love watching this man every single time that he's out on the floor. So let's start here with the Timberwolves since they got the win. Anthony Edwards, 19 points, but he had 1 block, 3 steals, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He didn't shoot 1 of 8, but man, oh man, still a +8 on the floor, the highest plus-minus on the floor for the Timberwolves last night. Man, oh man, that man's fantastic. Then we get Karl Anthony Towns, 28 points, 10 rebounds. D'Angelo Russell, 35 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the 3. A magnificent night by the big 3 here of the Timberwolves. And let's also shout out Naz Reid, the only other member of the Timberwolves that's not in the big 3 to score double-digit points. Naz Reid off the bench, 13 points. Big shout out to there. And then the 76ers, well, here they are, back basically at full strength. Maxey still at the 1, Seth Curry still at the 2. They move Matisse Thybulle to the 3, but Danny Green is playing, so they move him down to the bench, which I think is great. So Matisse Thybulle gets the nod at the 3, Tobias Harris at the 4, and Joel Embiid finally back from COVID-19 at the 5. Seth Curry, 14 points, only 1 assist. Tyrese Maxey, 15 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. He was a +7 on the floor and a 1-point loss. Oh my goodness, give us that. Joel Embiid, first game back, a nice little light 42 points, 14 rebounds, no big deal. A +11 on the floor and a 1-point loss in double overtime in his first game back from COVID-19. Oh shucks, he's still good, folks. Oh no, for everybody that's, rooting against the 76ers, whether your favorite team's in the Eastern Conference or whatever it is, Joel Embiid is back and he's still healthy and he's good to go and he's looking absolutely amazing. So COVID-19 doesn't affect Joel Embiid, as we see. Tobias Harris, 17 points and 9 rebounds. And then Danny Green off the bench, 11 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. I love Danny Green coming off the bench. Yes, 21 minutes. That's enough that we need to see out of Danny Green. So we'll see how long he sticks to the bench here. I would have Georges Niang at the 3. So we'll see if they're just kind of easing Danny Green back in or whatever they're trying to see here. But if they're looking for a new permanent number 3 for the 76ers, I say you go with Georges Niang, but that's just me. So well done to the Timberwolves getting the big old win, 121-120 in double overtime. Then the next game up here, Knicks at the Hawks, and the Knicks get the win here, 99-90, beating the Hawks last night. Knicks get the win. So let's start with the Knicks first here. Alrighty, no Kemba Walker last night, so Alec Burks steps up at the 1, and he had a great game, plus 23 points. The highest score of the Knicks last night, so fantastic. 2 steals, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, and he was a +2 on the floor in the win. So not terrible overall here, but I think I like Alex Burks better than Kemba Walker. Get this man as the true starter. Evan Fournier, 20 points. Mitchell Robinson at the 5, 2 points, 11 rebounds. Julius Randle, 8 points, 11 rebounds. He didn't shoot well, 21% on 14 shots. And then RJ Barrett, 15 points, 7 rebounds. Off the bench, Obi Toppin with 13 points, and Emmanuel Quickly with 9.7 assists, able to get it done. And then the Hawks lose. Why did they lose? Trae Young, he put up 33 points and 7 assists and 4 rebounds on 45% shooting, real solid. Bogdan Bogdanovic only played 10 minutes, unfortunately, 2 points on 4 shots. Clint Capella, 16 points, 21 rebounds. John Collins, 12 points, but nobody was really shooting well, and nobody was really scoring at all off the bench here. The highest scorers off the bench was Danilo Gallinari with 5 points and Lou Williams with 5 points. We know those are better than 5-point-a-night scores off the bench, and that really hurt the Knicks last night, and they lose by 9. Now we get the Suns at the Nets, and the Suns continue their winning streak to number 16. Yeah, 16 straight wins over the Nets this time. They win 113-107. Who got it done for the Suns? Well, the usual suspects. Chris Paul, 22 points, 5 assists. Devin Booker, 30 points. DeAndre Ayton, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Jay Crowder, only 5 points. He took 7 threes, only made 1 of them. And then McCall Bridges, 13 points, able to uplift this Suns team over the Nets. Kevin Durant did his thing, 39 points, 4 steals, 7 assists, 9 rebounds. James Harden, 12 points, 14 assists, 13 rebounds, a triple-double for the man. Patty Mills still at the starting lineup at the 2, which we love. Had not the best night, 9 points on 7 shots. Just unfortunately not enough scoring to overtake this Suns team, and they get another win here, 113-107. All right, then we get the Magic at the Cavs, and the Cavs get the big old win here, 105-92. Love it. No Cole Anthony last night for the Magic, so you know what that means. They're not going to be good, and that's exactly what it was last night. But let's start here with the Cavs. Darius Garland, 26 points, 11 assists, looking absolutely fantastic. Isaac Okoro filling in at the 2. They've been having some, change arounds here in the overall starting lineup ever since Colin Sexton went down. So Isaac Okoro gets the nod at the 2 here. 7 points, 5 rebounds. He was a plus 18 on the floor. Not bad. Jared Allen, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Fantastic. Evan Mobley still getting it done. Rookie of the year, potentially. 13 points, 9 rebounds. And then Lauri Markkanen at the 3, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Off the bench, we had C.D. Osman with 10 points, folks. He didn't shoot well or efficient, 27% on 11 shots here, but we just need some offensive production here for the Cavs, and we really get it a lot with C.D. Osman. He's looking really decently consistent out here. Kevin Love only played 18 minutes, 5 points, 7 rebounds. And then for the Magic, leading scorer was Wendell Carter Jr., 19 points, 11 rebounds. Other than that, it was just mediocre all over the place. Once again, no Cole Anthony, no real chance of winning games. All right, then we get the Heat at the Bulls, and the Heat get the 3-point win here, winning 107-104, and this is what we're saying. This Heat team is really, really gosh dang good when they are at 100% health, and they are at 100% health now that Jimmy Butler's been back for a little bit, and we absolutely love it. So who got it done? We had Kyle Lowry, 19 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, a great night. Duncan Robinson, 16 points on 4 of 11 from 3. We will take that from him. Bam Adebayo, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. PJ Tucker, 5 points on 7 shots, 6 rebounds. And Jimmy Butler, 18 points, 5 steals, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, able to get it done. No Tyler Hero last night, so Gabe Vincent does his best Tyler Hero impression, and it was pretty gosh dang good. 20 points, led the team in scoring. That's what Tyler Hero does off the bench. 4 of 8 from 3, 5 assists. So Gabe Vincent, big time step up, next man up mentality. And is that another reason we can buy this Heat team? You better gosh dang believe it. Love that next man up mentality, getting that great production from the bench when some of your other, not starters, but other good pieces are not able to go. So well done for the Heat getting the win. And then the Bulls, unfortunately, struggling here. Lonzo Ball, 11 points. He had 6 assists and 11 rebounds. He shot 3 of 11 from 3. Once again, Lonzo Ball gets a little carried away with the shots. I mean, having Zach LaVine and Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan, I mean, Lonzo Ball should not be taking 11 threes. You should stop that. He's not that consistent of a scorer, folks. We don't really like him. He's a great passer. He can facilitate the floor, and that's exactly what you need with a big three of LaVine, Vucevic, and DeMar DeRozan. Lonzo Ball is trying to get too caught up in the scoring. Stop it. I don't like it. Zach LaVine, 16 points. He didn't shoot the best, 37% on 16 shots. Vucevic down low, 7 points, 13 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan, 28 points, 7 rebounds. Fantastic night. And then Alex Caruso off the bench, 22 points, 6 rebounds. Or 6 assists. I mean, do we dare start this? Alex Caruso should be the starting point guard? No, we're not going to say that. But Lonzo Ball, rein it in a little bit, or we are going to be having Alex Caruso be the number one, the point guard on the squad, because Alex Caruso only took 8 shots all game and was still able to put up 22 points. Lonzo Ball took 12 shots and only put up 11 points. So, come on. Get to the free throw line, Lonzo Ball. I'll let you score there, but not taking all these shots that you really should not be taking. So, Bulls end up losing this one close, 107-104. All right, then we get the Hornets at the Rockets. In this game came down to overtime, but the Rockets get the 3-point win, 146-143. Kelly Oubre Jr. had a chance to win this game with 10 seconds left, down 2 points, 145-143. Kelly Oubre Jr. gets the pass from LaMelo Ball. He throws it up, and it almost went down. Unfortunately, rims out, and the Hornets lose the game. Unfortunate. That is our 10 minutes, so let's quickly finish this up. So, Rockets get the win here, and why did the Rockets get the win here? Take a guess, folks. Go ahead. Exactly. No Daniel Tice. That's all we need to know. Christian Wood at the 5, 33 points, 16 rebounds. Looked fantastic. And then for the Hornets, LaMelo Ball, 19 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds, triple-double. A great game all around by both these squads. Kelly Oubre Jr., 23 points off the bench, led the team in scoring. He went 2 of 10 from 3. Unfortunately, missed the game-winning one. Rockets get the big old win here, 146-143. Then we get the Wizards at the Mavericks, and the Wizards get it done. Bradley Beal puts up 26 points, 7 assists. Kyle Kuzma, 22 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds. Raul Neto off the bench, 13 points, and Montrezl Harrell, 11 points, 2 rebounds off the bench. And then for the Mavericks, losing with Luka Doncic on the floor. Why is that happening? Remember, without Luka Doncic, they were winning games decently, consistently. Well, now Luka Doncic has been back, and they're losing. Not good. 33 points, 10 assists by Luka Doncic doing his thing. Unfortunately, nobody else gets the memo. They lose by 6. And then the last game of the night, the Pelicans at the Jazz, and the Jazz blow them out, 127-105. This Jazz team back, thank goodness. Bogdanovich, 11 points. Joe Ingles, 15 points. Mike Conley, 20 points. Donovan Mitchell, 21 points. Off the bench, we had Hassan Whiteside, the big 3, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Rudy Gay, 13 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. Jordan Clarkson, 20 points. I mean, I cannot believe that this Jazz team has like literally 10 deep players that they can rock with for a full starting lineup and then a full basically starting second lineup. It's absolutely crazy. No wonder they're winning games 127-105 over the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram, 11 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 12 points, 12 rebounds. Tried his damnedest. He was actually the second leading scorer of the squad. Jackson Hayes, 15 points in 7 minutes off the bench. Pretty solid. Alrighty, that is all the NBA that we needed to cover for today. So now definitely let's shift gears to the NFL and start talking our pre-game action, folks. We are about 47 minutes out from the kickoff of the great Sunday slate of games, folks. So let's tell you all the ins and outs. We'll go over our final best bets, all of that. So let's get it cracking here. Let's start talking with the outs. Who is not playing tonight? Who is not going to be playing that maybe you should change your fantasy lineup, or maybe try to change your bet. I know you really can't, but maybe, bet it the other way, hedge it a little bit, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do with all this information coming at you. Here we go. Players out today include A.J. Brown. Ooh, big time out for this Titans team. Obviously, everything's falling apart here for the Titans. Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, and now A.J. Brown. So it's going to be Ryan Tannehill out there by himself, single-handedly having to win the game offensively for this Titans team, and we know it's going to be so freaking tough going into New England and beating the Patriots. Let's check this line because I've been wrestling before the news of A.J. Brown being out. I was truly wrestling. I thought maybe getting 7.5 points with the Titans was good value, but now that A.J. Brown is out, I really can't take this Titans team with the points. But let's see if the line has increased any and see if it's going to make it a little bit tough for us to truly walk away from a good bet that, I mean, we've been truly been banking on the Titans with the points all season long, folks. So maybe we can squeak one more out, can we? Let's see what this value is ending up at. And it's at 7.5 still. Titans plus 7.5, and I just can't take that. The way that Ryan Tannehill played last week, I mean, yikes, big time yikes, 4 turnovers. What are you doing? And now you're not having your main receivers to go to. You're going against Bill Belichick, who is now back in the national media, and we know when Bill Belichick gets in the national media, he likes to stay there because he stood in the national media for 20 years straight, folks. I'm sure last year he was like, nobody's talking about me. Nobody's talking about me. And we know Bill, just outward projection, he doesn't like, he's always silent, one-word answers, all that. So, yeah, Bill Belichick doesn't like to be, like, in the national media on the outside, but I think, Billy Boy likes to be talked about, when you're coaching one of the best teams in NFL history. I think you like to be talked about in that style. Everybody was talking about John Madden when John Madden was a coach, and I think Bill Belichick liked being talked about. So last year he wasn't talked about, and now this year he's back to being talked about. I think he gets it done for this game. So I really, really want to take the Titans plus 7.5, but we just can't trust Ryan Tannehill. Maybe he turns it around this week where we can rebuy him a little bit heading into next week, but not having A.J. Brown or Julio Jones, and now no running game. You get rid of Adrian Peterson, so now you're just going back. I don't know. I don't understand that move, getting rid of Adrian Peterson. We just don't understand, but man, oh man, I was going to make a last-second bet here with the Titans plus 7.5, but I just can't with all these outs. Truly unfortunate. Back to these outs on Sunday today. Jeremy McNichols also out for the Titans, so he wasn't their great running piece, but he's also out. All right, who else do we got? We got Rashaan Evans out, Antonio Brown out, so we'll see if that affects Tom Brady any. We don't think so. He's still got a cast of characters. Obviously, that's a luxury piece that's out, but we'll see if that affects him. It's a big game against the Colts. We're not buying the Colts. Everybody's taking the Colts plus the points. I don't think that's the right move. We'll see at the end of the day, but no Antonio Brown for the Bucs. No Ali Marpet. No Jordan Howard for the Eagles. I don't think that's going to be too much. Miles Sanders is there, and Jordan Howard is the number 2 back. So Eagles should still be good, even though Jordan Howard was getting nice production by committee. I get it, folks, but I believe Miles Sanders can carry the load. Sterling Shepard out, Calvin Ridley still out, truly unfortunate. Shaquille Griffin out, Eric Ebron out, Joe Hayden out, and Michael Carter all out this week. And we've got some more. Who else do we got here? We got Corey Davis out for the Jets. Zach Wilson, good luck, truly good luck here. Loving the Texans even more now. We locked in Texans at minus 2.5, and now it's Texans minus 3 because of Corey Davis officially being out. So still loving the Texans here. We still endorse the minus 3. I mean, look at this, folks. I mean, it's even better value. Texans minus 3. It is at plus 100. Oh my goodness. Vegas doesn't even believe this is going to happen. But no Corey Davis, Zach Wilson's first game back. We're not buying that. No way. Where this Texans team is on a roll now that Tyrod Taylor is back. Loving the Texans here. Minus 2.5, minus 3. Get the value. Buy that. Bet it right now. And then Kadarius Toney is also out for this Giants team. So once again, not buying this Giants team at all. Loving that we locked in Eagles minus 3.5, and now it is Eagles minus 4 because of no Kadarius Toney. So this Giants offense was lackluster with Kadarius Toney because, you've got Jason Garrett calling the plays. Then you get rid of Jason Garrett. So you're thinking, oh, the Giants are going to be good now, but you see the replacement, Freddie Kitchens. Oh no, this is nothing good. And now Kadarius Toney out. So once again, still nothing great great or good or even okay. Is that okay, then good. I think that's the natural order of goodness. Okay, good, great, amazing, fantastic, all that. So this Giants team is nothing on the positive scale. If you start with okay, they're not even okay. You got to start with bad. They're on the bad team. They're on the bad side. So this Giants offense is nothing. The Giants defense is serviceable, but the way that this Eagles defense is, expect a lot of short field positions for this Eagles team, resulting in 2 scores. So still loving the Eagles minus 3.5, -4, whatever you got it on. Still loving these bets this week. All right, now let's see who is playing. We just named a lot of people not playing. Is there anybody playing this week? Who's playing this week, folks? Well, here we go. Aaron Rodgers is good to go, which is good because we want to see this Packers-Rams game at kind of full strength as it can be. So Aaron Rodgers is good to go out here today. Lamar Jackson is good to go today as well. Remember last week, kind of last-second decision not to go. They still got the win, but he's going to be out there for Sunday Night Football against the Browns, and that's a big old matchup, folks. Let's see. I think this line is at 3. Browns +3, Ravens -3. This is going to be a good one as well. Good division matchup here. It's unfortunate for this Browns team that they have to face this Ravens team back-to-back. Browns face the Ravens this week. Next week, the Browns are on a bye. And then the Browns face the Ravens 2 weeks from now in Cleveland. So 2 straight games facing the Ravens. And we'll see what Kevin Stefanski can do. This is a big-time games for Kevin Stefanski. One, to get back on track this week with some nice wins. We're going to tell you Kareem Hunt is good to go as well. So now you're going to have your full complement of backs with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Baker Mayfield still good to go this week, even though he is a little banged up and everywhere besides his throwing hand and his throwing shoulder and all that. But I mean, Kevin Stefanski losing to the Ravens twice last season. They lost week 1. They got blown out. I think it was like 33-6. And then they lost a little bit later in the season. I want to say somewhere around like weeks 8, 9, 10. And they lose 42-47. So they put up a lot of points in that second meeting, figured out how to score on this Ravens defense. But now Kevin Stefanski got to take that next step forward to start beating some of these kind of high caliber division rivals that are this Ravens team. And you've got 2 straight games of trying to beat this Ravens team. I don't think Kevin Stefanski needs to beat the Ravens twice. Obviously, if you do, it's great. It makes your playoff positioning better. It makes, your race for the division win obviously a lot better if you do sweep the Ravens, but I don't think we need to see Kevin Stefanski sweep the Ravens to still buy Kevin Stefanski. We truly just need to see back-to-back competitive games against the Ravens. We'll like to see a win, but really just need to see this Browns team be competitive, move the ball consistently on offense, and there's really no excuses now, as we said, that Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt are playing this week. So you've got your offense here, got to scheme it right, got to make sure that Baker Mayfield's on his A game, and Kevin Stefanski is so far the only coach that we know of that can get that level of production needed out of Baker Mayfield by the schemes and by just coaching Baker Mayfield up. So a big game for Kevin Stefanski to get back into the spotlight of good coaches out here on a good team, and you got division rivals on Sunday Night Football. Good luck, Kevin Stefanski. We're rooting for you. We're staying away from this game just because, -3, +3, right on that kind of baseline of home team -3. We really just don't know what we're getting out of this Browns team. We don't know what we're getting out of the Ravens either because, no Lamar Jackson last week. So is he going to be good to go this week? Is everything going to be on par this week? Also for the Ravens in this week is Marquis Brown. He was a late scratch last week along with Lamar Jackson as well. So the offense for this Ravens team should be back to where it was before last week. All right, who else do we got playing this week? We get James Robinson, a big green flag for this Jaguars team. We'll see if they take advantage at home. Darius Slay is good to go. Once again, good for this Eagles team. TJ Watt, good to go. Good for the defense of the Steelers. We get Mike Evans. He's good to go. So Tom Brady's got somebody to throw to. Chris Godwin, also good to go. Bradley Chubb and Dre Greenlaw, also good to go this week. And then who else do we got? We got Elijah Mitchell, running running back for the 49ers. Saquon Barkley, good to go for the Giants. So hopefully they rely on Saquon Barkley, ride what is going to work. Obviously, we can't pass the ball. Daniel Jones is not taking that next step. These receivers are not playing as well as we thought that they could and should be playing throughout the season. So we'll see what Freddie Kitchens decides to do first game as kind of the play, or no, actually the second game because Jason Garrett was out. What week was Jason Garrett out? Let's get that up. What week? Let's get that up. Let's go back to what week Freddie Kitchens was the offensive coordinator. I forget what week Jason Garrett was out. Jason Garrett missed week. Can I find this quickly? Are my Google skills good enough to do this? I just put Jason. A lot of Jasons. Jason Garrett. Missed game. I just want the week. All right, what else? What do we get here? Yes, they fired Jason Garrett. I don't want to know about the firing. I want to know about the illness. Jason Garrett, COVID list out. Give me the week number. That's all I need. Here we go. Giants offensive coordinator test positive for COVID-19. He did it last year as well. Jeez Louise. All right. He tested positive this year, right? I'm not going back to last year where I was getting it wrong. Was I? Was this Jason Garrett positive COVID-19? Was this last year? Giants tight ends coach Freddie Kitchens will call plays against his former team Sunday after the New York offense coordinator Jason Garrett was ruled out of the game against Cleveland Browns due to a positive COVID-19 test. He wasn't positive this year? Really? Is this memory coming back from last year? That's a good old memory, I'll tell you that. All right, well, let's go to last year with the Giants. I just need to see the game that Freddie Kitchens played for the Giants. That's all I need to see. I want to see what it was looking compared to the rest of the season. Do we buy? We're not buying Freddie Kitchens, but should we? We took the Eagles -3.5. Was this a bad bet? Let's quickly take a look. Got to go to Giants last year when they were facing the Browns. What the offense looked like, how many points they put up, was it good, was it not good, was it comparable to everything else? All right, so here we go. The Giants faced the Browns Week 15, and they lost 6-20. Okay, they put up their worst amount of points for the entire year. This was Freddie Kitchens. He put up 6 points. Jason Garrett put up a 7-point performance and a 9-point performance. Those were the other two lowest, but Freddie Kitchens took the cake of being the lowest scoring game Week 15 last season. So, of course, we're not buying Freddie Kitchens. They had 214 passing yards. That was decently good for them, actually. The passing game did decent compared to what they've been doing all season long until Freddie Kitchens got there. So I will give them, hey, they were moving the ball offensively decently through the air. Did they rush the ball well? They ran the ball for 74 yards, and this was one of their lowest, so they weren't, running the ball very well. And remember, no Saquon Barkley at this point when Freddie Kitchens was the offensive coordinator. So now that Saquon Barkley's there, maybe Freddie Kitchens shifts to a healthy running game, but overall 6 points. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, you're never winning with 6 points. Who will not win a game with 6 points? I don't care. I will always bet that. So, still not buying Freddie Kitchens. Let's see what the spread is at the current moment. We get Eagles -4, Giants +4. Still sticking and rocking with this Eagles team. Not buying Freddie Kitchens at all. Alrighty, so those are all the kind of ins and outs as of right now. We'll check and refresh Twitter live in a couple of minutes here, but let's keep going here with who is playing this week. Aaron Jones is going to be a game time decision this week, and they are a 4 o'clock game, so he has a couple of more minutes and hours to truly feel good before he has to test to see if he's good to go to play this week. But either way, we still believe in A.J. Dillon. We still believe that this man can get it done. Who is it? It's the other running back, A.J. Dillon, correct? Yes. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon? That sounds That sounds correct. Whoever, it's AJ Dillon, right? AJ Dillon, am I bugging? Now I'm bugging because I know it's AJ, but is the last name Dillon? Is that correct? Let me look this up quickly, folks. Let me get this up quickly. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about before y'all come at me, be like, it's not AJ Dillon, it's AJ something else. AJ Dillon, yeah, see? Y'all got me second guessing myself. Either way, AJ Dillon, we still believe in him. He got it done last week. Let's double check what he did last week. I think he had like 60 plus yards, looked real good. Last game, here we go. Game logs. Give me the game logs. What do we got? Last week, he put up 53 yards, real solid, and he had 44 yards receiving. So absolutely, we can still believe in A.J. Dillon if Aaron Jones is not good to go. Obviously, if Aaron Jones is good to go, obviously it makes it better because now you got running back by committee with your number one running back. So Aaron Jones, game time decision, good to go, not good to go. It doesn't really make that much of an impact in the game, we believe, because we believe A.J. Dillon can get it done like he got it done last week. So a true game time decision. Jones practiced all week, and there's some optimism he'll play, but they'll work him out pregame to see how he feels before making the final call. So true game time decision, but they are kind of leaning more towards on the go side than the no-go side. And we see this line has gone up a point. Actually interesting. Do we lock this in? Yeah, we locked it in at Rams -1. A lot of people are betting the Rams -1. This is why the line has increased to Rams -2, Packers +2. Not great value either way because, you're basically going to be you're basically just betting, on who's winning the game because on classic scoring, you score the ball in 3s and 7. Yes, I know not every game is won by 3 and 7. I get it, folks. But, not any great value here, and we are just believing in the Rams, which maybe we should not. We got another story coming up. We'll talk a little bit more in depth in the Rams-Packers game, but Aaron Jones is potentially good to go this week. All right, we get Marquis Brown. We talked about that. He is good to go. He was questionable, but they are looking good to go. Marquis Brown for this Ravens team. All right, we get Saquon Barkley. He was listed as questionable, but he is expected to go as well today. So once again, is Freddie Kitchens going to use and abuse Saquon Barkley? He should. If he rushes Saquon Barkley about 30 times, I'll give him 25 to 30 rushes. This is really what you need with Saquon Barkley. That's what they were doing with Derrick Henry, with the Titans, consistently almost every single game. And Saquon Barkley is a good enough runner, we believe, that he should be kind of the main focal point offensively for the squad, like Derrick Henry was the main focal point for the squad of Tennessee Titans for the entire last 3 seasons. So we'll see what Freddie Kitchens does. If you rush him 25 to 30 times, we'll give him a little bit of a thumbs up and see if we can start believing in Freddie Kitchens. I don't think that's going to happen. I doubt we ever believe in Freddie Kitchens, but there's always avenues, always pathways that you can go down for us to start buying you. Just because we don't buy you doesn't mean that we're never going to buy you. We can change our mind, presented with new information and new facts. We've got no problem doing that. We do that all the time here on the show. You should actively be doing that. So we'll see what Freddie Kitchens does. I've got zero believability in him, but we'll see if he shocks us. Does he surprise us? I don't think so. I actually know. I know he won't. But if for some reason the universe turns upside down and Freddie Kitchens does something good against this very, very well-coached Nick Sirianni team offensively and defensively, then we will change our mind about Freddie Kitchens. But I will be betting on, if I can bet that Freddie Kitchens is trash, whoever's handing out the odds of just, is Freddie Kitchens trash, yes or no, I bet yes, and I bet basically my entire house. But we digress on Freddie Kitchens. Try and do your best. That's all you can really do. That's all that man can really do, is just try his best, because he's never good. So just try your best. That's all Freddie Kitchens can do out here. All right, Saquon Barkley, probably most likely good to go. All right, we had a lot of kind of questionables this week for this Patriots team, but the one thing that truly matters is Ramondre Stevenson is good to go. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, all questionable this week, but they are all good to go. Expected to play this week. So love that we get to see Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson had more carries than Damian Harris last week, which kind of surprised us, but we loved it. I mean, I love it. I want Ramondre Stevenson to be the number one back here. here. Obviously, you still have running back by committee with Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. But, yeah, I love that. I think it was like 12 rushes for Ramondre Stevenson, 11 with Damian Harris. So still, yes, they're still doing it with committee, but I'm loving that Ramondre Stevenson is getting the recognition and the respect by the coaches of New England, and we'll still see if it stands up today. Hopefully it does, because we are always looking for Ramondre Stevenson. Absolutely. All right, what else do we get here? Cordero Patterson was listed questionable, but he is good to go, active this week against the Jaguars, and that's going to definitely make it better for this Falcons team. He's kind of their only great player overall now that Calvin Ridley is not playing anymore for mental health reasons. Truly, we wish him the best because he's too good not to be playing football. Obviously, take care of your mental first and foremost. I get it, but we got to see you back out on the field. I don't care what team it is. If it's the Falcons making you depressed, then yes, get away from the Falcons. You're not going to be tied to the Falcons. You're good enough to go anywhere. So got to see Calvin Ridley back. The man is too good, but obviously get better first. All right, Falcons minus 1.5. Did this change like half a point? I think it was maybe at 1, something like that. So now that Cordero Patterson is good, we stayed away from this game because Falcons will never bet the Falcons again. And we told you can stop listening to the show if we ever bet the Falcons because they're so hit and miss. They're so spotty that there's no trends with the Falcons. They look good one week and they look absolutely trash, like they've got no coaches, no accountability the next week. And we've seen this over the last 2 seasons straight, folks. So staying away from Falcons, Jags, no great value with the spread line. And like we said, on Friday's show, these spreads are all close this week. The highest spread is Titans Patriots, and now it's right back down to Titans +7. Everybody's betting the Patriots minus 7.5, and I think that's the right side to be on, but don't be surprised because the Titans, they're instantly sold by the national media, and rightfully so. The loss against the Texans, that's not disrespectful by selling the Titans. No more passing game, no more running game, going against New England. I mean, they deserve to be +7 out here, and we understand that, but don't be surprised if they come through. Nobody gave them any credit besides us against the Bills. Nobody gave them any credit besides us on the Chiefs. Nobody gave them any credit besides us on the Colts, and here we are. They won all those 3 games outright. No big deal. But I don't think we can cash in with our cash cow with the Titans this week. We are truly still staying away from Titans +7. But don't be surprised. We are officially not taking the game, but don't be surprised if they win this one. Nobody's given them any credit all season long. The first game they give them credit on, which was last week against the Texans, then they floundered and lost. So we'll see what happens with this Titans game. Line is still fluctuating actively, so I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of this game, folks. It's going to be a good one to watch. I can't wait to watch it. So that's good, but man, oh man. All right, what else do we get here? And this is why we maybe should not be buying the Rams and Matthew Stafford this week, but we are still sticking with our Rams -1 pick. We get this. Quarterback Matthew Stafford is, quote, all banged up and has been dealing with a sore ankle, pain in his throwing arm and elbow, and back pain that has been described as, quote, chronic. The Rams are in freezing cold Lambeau Field today to take on the Packers. And, talking through this game earlier this week, we knew that Aaron Rodgers has a banged up toe, not COVID toe, fractured toe, and we talked about the cold affecting Aaron Rodgers' throwing ability because of the toe, and now we get Matthew Stafford all banged up here, going out in the cold as well. So we'll see which quarterback can play through the pain, which defense, the Rams defense, the Packers defense, both great defenses. I would say both top 5 defenses in this league. Which defense helps out their struggling, banged up, freezing cold quarterback more? It's going to be a hell of a game, but we're still rocking with the Rams -1 out here. What else do we have to talk about? I thought I wanted to bring up one more thing. Rams, Matthew Stafford. Oh yeah, everybody talks about Baker Mayfield being all banged up, and I heard even from Colin Cowherd, which I didn't really agree with, that Colin Cowherd said that Baker Mayfield should have just sat the last couple of games and not played through the pain. I disagree with that. I think you should be, if you're good enough to play, then you should be playing, and Colin Cowherd said that because he's on a contract year, and obviously he's not looking that great for a big deal. So So that's why Colin Cowherd said it. And from that perspective, I get it. But from the other perspective of, hey, you just got to be a warrior for your team and show, hey, I'm the guy. I'm the true leader right here. And I think that may be, and they were still winning games with Baker Mayfield banged up. So I do believe Baker Mayfield should still be playing, but we get all these other quarterbacks being banged up, and Baker Mayfield is still going out there and playing. Could you imagine if Matthew Stafford or Aaron Rodgers didn't play because of the pain? The national media would be going after them. But, so give credit to Baker Mayfield for playing through the pain. These other quarterbacks are doing so as well. So we give credit to Baker Mayfield, all banged up, but still out there every single game, ready to compete. Big credit. All right, now we're getting some news out of OBJ here. The Rams and the Packers were the two most appealing teams to OBJ during the standout wide receiver's recent free agency, but the Green Bay Packers wouldn't offer him more than the veteran minimum. And I think that was pretty smart by Green Bay. This is a good receiver. We know OBJ is a good receiver. Now, is he still going to be good with our team, or is he falling off? He hasn't had any great production with the Browns. Do we put that on Kevin Stefanski for not scheming him into the offense? Do we put that on Baker Mayfield for not throwing them the ball? Do we put it on OBJ for not getting open? If you're asking his father, it's obviously not OBJ not getting open. He put out a 7-minute highlight tape that showed him getting open. Not every play we agreed with, but the overall message we kind of agreed with. And now he had one game with the Rams, and the Rams lost this game because they were trying to force the ball to OBJ. They had a bye. So this is truly going to be a true performance and a true test for this Rams team this week. They had the bye. OBJ should be caught up to speed on this team, and now we're truly going to see, is OBJ a little bit of a cancer to teams? Is he good? Is he ball demanding? And is he easygoing in the offense? We'll truly see this week. This is the true test this week, where we will know a lot of information that will give us the clearance to either buy the Rams or sell the Rams. It's all going to come down to this game tonight, and we'll be back at you live tomorrow, noon Eastern, breaking down this game and giving you the results of this test. We'll see what happens. We'll see if OBJ is the cancer or not. It's truly going to depend on this game because of the bye. Alrighty, what else do we got here quickly here? We didn't talk about this a couple days ago, probably should have, but here it is now. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy is, quote, concerned about running back Ezekiel Elliott's knee and might alter his workload. So we've been a little disappointed in Zeke this season for not stepping up when everything is going wrong. He's great when everything is going right, and that's good, but we still want to see you be the main man. You got paid first, all of this, we know, over Dak. All this is Zeke's team. Everybody's saying it's been Zeke's team for the last couple of seasons here. And, if that's the case, we need to see Zeke stepping it up when everything else is going wrong. We haven't seen that by him. Now he's a little banged up, could alter his workload. So now we could potentially not see Zeke step it up for the rest of the season. We believe in Tony Pollard. He's great, but I don't know if Tony Pollard can be the lone workhorse running back that can still get great production. He's great when he's splitting carries with Zeke. I'm not denying that. He's great. He's very fast. He's elusive. That's the best thing about Tony Pollard, his speed. We just saw that on Thanksgiving, bringing back a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He does that. But I don't know if they ask him to run the ball 24 to 30 times a game, if he's still going to be looking that good. That's where Ezekiel Elliott comes in, the running back that you can run about 25 times a game, no problem, still getting solid, consistent production. So hopefully it's nothing too serious out here by Zeke. We still want him on the team. He still benefits the team overall. So we don't want to see him out too long. Just a little disappointed in him in this season, and we don't want his season to really kind of end a little bit as kind of a starter out here with this knee injury. So hopefully he's good to go. And then the last story to kind of talk about quickly here, we get a new tight end entering the league this week. And I know we've been lacking on our tight end Tuesdays, grading the tight ends the last couple of weeks, have just had no time on our Tuesday shows. And we'll try to see if we can do something to reconcile that to get it caught up to speed quickly. But Thaddeus Moss, yes, the son of great wide receiver Randy Moss, is making his NFL debut today. He plays for the Bengals. He'll be going against the Steelers Steelers. The Bengals are at home, and this is a new tight end in the league that we could be respecting and shouting out and, you know, glorifying every single week and gushing over. So Thaddeus Moss, go out there and do your thing, baby. We'll be right here on Takes by Fans shouting out the tight ends. Do you not see the backdrop behind us? Tight End University. Thaddeus Moss is Tight End University, folks. Give this man some credit. I don't believe he was officially at Tight End University, but, you know, he is part of the overall Tight End University. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm almost certain he wasn't. I mean, if he was, okay. Congrats. We know it's an exclusive club officially. We get it. But Thaddeus Moss, have your eye out on the field for him. And if he's anything like his dad, we know his dad was one of the best receivers of all time. Are we talking about Thaddeus Moss being one of the best tight ends of all time? We'll maybe know a little bit more today. We'll see. So Thaddeus Moss is good to go. Alrighty, what else do we got breaking? Let's head to Twitter. Has anything been breaking over the last 45 minutes while we were live that we've got to quickly touch upon? Or can we go right into the best second last bets? We see Mac Jones ready, pumped up. Man, oh man, cannot wait to watch this game. 1 o'clock kickoff, cannot wait. Alrighty, what else do we got here? Former Cowboys head coach says he planned on drafting defensive end Michael Strahan until the Giants. Okay, I don't care about that. We don't need to be talking about things that happened 25 years ago today. What else do we got here? Breaking news-wise, doesn't seem much, which is good. We get this. The Seattle Seahawks passing attack led by quarterback Russell Wilson to go along with wide receiver DK Metcalf and wide receiver Tyler Lockett hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 2 games. Yeah, that offense is struggling. Got to get it under control. We'll see. We get this, and this could hurt the Texans a little bit, but overall, we don't think the passing game is going to be that much of a factor where it's going to hurt the Texans without their star safety. Justin Reed is inactive today for violating team rules. A healthy scratch, teams taking discipline. Shout out to Will Culley for, no nonsense. Hey, I don't care if you're a starter, if you're violating team rules, I'll sit you. Establishing a culture here that obviously needs to be established with Bill O'Brien, obviously ruining the team, and Deshaun Watson, violating team rules a little bit, I would say, with all the, massages that ended maybe potentially not great. I would say that violates team rules. So shout out to Will Culley for establishing the culture. Home game, a winnable game, benching your starting safeties. I give him credit. And we still believe in the Texans minus 2.5. We still believe in that. Alrighty, what else do we get here? Does not seem to be anything other breaking. So that's great. One last couple of scrolls here. Nothing catching the eye. Alrighty, Big Ben is good to go. Big Ben in his last 5 games has 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, but they've also not won every of those games. So still has to kind of, figure it out. Alrighty, I think that's all the kind of breaking news that we needed to get out of the way today. So now let's head over. Let's check all these lines. Let's see if there's any last-second best bets that we can kind of go on. Also with our favorite prop bets, points by a team in the first half. One of our favorite prop bets to do. We'll see if we get any great value on those last couple minutes before we end the show. So Bucks Colts, Bucks minus 3. This line's coming down a little bit. Everybody's taking the Colts with the points. We locked it in at Bucks minus 3.5, and it is now Bucks minus 3 just a couple of minutes right before kickoff. So we're still buying the Bucks here, still not buying this Colts team. We like the rushing game. Everything besides that, we really do not buy into, believe into, bet into. We can if they turn it around, but I don't know if it's going to come this week with this Bucks defense going against Tom Brady. We'll see. Points by a team in the first half. Any great value here with the Bucks and the Colts? Colts over 12.5. We'll stay away from that one. And the Bucks over 13.5 points. We'll stay away from this one as well. Both these teams have good defenses. The Colts defense really showed out last week against Buffalo. Is this the real deal, or is that kind of a one and done? We'll see more today, but they're going against Tom Brady. They're truly going to have to work for it. All right, then we get the Jets at the Texans here, and we might be able to get some good value here, points by team in the first half with the Texans. Let's quickly see what we get here. If we get like 10 and a half, I think I might take it. Touchdown field goal. Jets are over 9.5 points. That's the line I really want for the Texans. But for the Texans, we get over 10 and a half, and that's at plus 100. I think I'm going to take this. That's great value, being plus 100 odds right there. And Texans only have to score over 10 and a half points in the first half. This Jets team is nothing great. Zach Wilson back, no Corey Davis. Maybe an early turnover sets the Texans up good. What has this Texans team been doing in the first half these last couple of games? Let's quickly take a look. Last week against the Titans, they put up 12. That's over 10 and a half. 2 weeks ago, and this is as far as we're going to go back because they've only had Tyrod Taylor for 2 straight games. Is it 3 straight games with Tyrod Taylor? Or we got 3 games going on with Tyrod Taylor? No, they were only 2 because they were on the bye week 10. So week 9, the last time that they had Tyrod Taylor, they put up 6 points in the first half, but still very, very close. So I'm rocking with the Texans over 10.5 points here. I love it, folks. Tyrod Taylor brings a whole nother new dimension to this team. We know this. We've seen it. They win with him. He's a winner. He's a great leader. He's infectious. He gets everything going. It all starts with Tyrod Taylor. We'll bet over 10.5 points in the first half with them. Alrighty, Eagles, Giants. Let's quickly see the Eagles. We're not betting on this Giants team offensively, so we won't take their points by team in the first half. No way. But the Eagles are over 12.5. Over 12.5 right there. Over 12.5. Solid value. Solid value. We'll stay away from it, though. Over 12.5. Not the most appetizing value. Panthers, Dolphins getting disrespected on the spread line. We'll see if they're getting disrespected on the points by team in the first half. And we know this Dolphins team scores really solidly, oftenly, on their first drive. So we can count 3 to 7 points on their first drive. Almost guaranteed. Not 100% guaranteed, but almost guaranteed here. So let's see what their points by team in the first half are. Carolina's is at over 9.5, which we think is good value, but they're facing this Dolphins defense, so we'll stay away from it. And the Dolphins over 9.5 points in the first half. Yes, sir. We are taking that. This Dolphins defense, they can get an easy early turnover on Cam Newton. And like we just said, their first drive usually results in a touchdown. So over 9.5 points, we are taking it. Touchdown field goal. Fantastic. That's truly what we look for. 9.5 points. We think that's the best overall value for the majority of the teams. Always an appetizing one to take because of touchdown field goal. Good to go. Now we're talking about 10.5 going back to the Texans one. Now we got, touchdown. Touchdown would be great, but touchdown, field goal. Now we're talking about 3 scores potentially. It gets a little convoluted, scoring 3 times in a first half that we need one to be a touchdown. You understand? All right, what else do we get here? Titans at Patriots. Let's see. Do the Titans have an appetizing number of points by team in the first half? What do we get? Titans are at over 7.5. Ooh, that might be too good to pass up. Touchdown, and then just whatever happens. I'm almost good with that. Patriots over 13.5 points in the first half. We'll stay away from that. The line, the one that will never go over is 14. We'll never take anything over 14. So over 13.5, right at kind of that 14 mark. We'll stay away from it. But Titans over 7.5. We're not officially taking it, but I am going to put it to our list because we'll make a final decision in a couple minutes here. All right, what else do we got here? Big time scores that can put up big time points. We get anything? Let's quickly check this Falcons Jaguars game. Well, like I said, I want to stay away from this game because they're 2 trash teams. But do we have any appetizing value? We get Jaguars over 10.5 points in the first half, and also Falcons over 10.5 points in the first half. I could see 10 by either of those teams, but I don't know about that third score. All right, we get Chargers, Broncos. I'm sure this one's big. I'm sure Chargers is at like 13.5. I'm sure the Broncos is probably at 12.5. Nothing great overall. No great value. We get Broncos. Broncos only over 10.5. That's some better value than we were thinking. But the Chargers right up there at over 12.5. We will stay away from it. We've already got 2 good ones. We don't need to push the envelope too much. All right, last one I want to quickly take a look at here is Vikings 49ers. We might be able to get some great value with the Vikings Vikings. Points by team in the first half on the road, +3, all of that. Let's see what we get. Vikings over 10.5 points in the first half, and it's pretty good odds, +105. This Vikings team has been really kind of scoring early and often, I would say. Over 10.5, touchdown, field goal, hopefully 2 touchdowns. Their defense is kind of clicking here against the 49ers. Maybe Kyle Shanahan tries to ask too much out of Jimmy Garoppolo just to get him out the door. I still don't know really what's going on with Kyle Shanahan's thinking of who the quarterback should be and wants it to be and all of that. I still say you stick with Jimmy Garoppolo for the rest of the year no matter what happens. But let's quickly take a look at this Vikings team, and then we can close out the show here. Vikings. Want to take a little look at what they've been doing the last couple of weeks in the first half. That's all we're trying to get to. Let me get the Vikings. Here we go. Last week against the Packers, the Vikings put up 16 points. That's fantastic against the Packers defense. Great. They were at home for that game, though. Little different. Against the Chargers 2 weeks ago, they put up 13 points in the first half. Fantastic. We love it. Against the Ravens 3 weeks ago, they put up 17 points in the first half. Against the Cowboys 4 weeks ago, they put up 10. Only needed a half more points. So we're taking the Vikings, folks, over 10.5 points in the first half. And we are going to, we want to bet the Titans. We want to bet the Titans in something this week. Everybody's off of them. And we know when everybody's off of them, that's the right time to bet because we've made money doing that 4 straight weeks. So we're not going to take the Titans +7 on the spread line, but we will take Titans over 7.5 points in the first half. So we got 4 going, folks. Texans over 10.5 points in the first half. Dolphins over 9.5 points in the first half. Titans over 7.5 points in the first half. And the Vikings over 10.5 points in the first half. If that first game, I meant to say the Texans. I may have said the Titans. I know that I do that a lot, and I try to catch myself. Sometimes it slips through the cracks. So let me reiterate it one more time. Texans over 10.5 points in the first half. Titans over 7.5 points in the first half. And that's what we're rocking with. Our favorite prop bets to take. We've got 4 of them here, and we're trying to cash out. Alrighty, we are 5 minutes away from kickoff. Let's see, anything else breaking? Literally, last second breaking news. What do we get? Nothing. Fantastic. We can get out of here. Enjoy your full day of NFL football. We will truly be doing that. So, folks, enjoy your full day of football. We'll be back tomorrow, live noon Eastern, breaking it all down for you. Breaking it all down right here. What do we see? What are we seeing? What are we saying? You gotta come back for that, folks. Gotta come back for that. Alrighty, folks, enjoy your day. We will over here. Hopefully your team wins. Hopefully make a lot of money. Hopefully we help you make a lot of money. We didn't hurt you to make a lot of money. We never like to do that. But overall, folks, have a great one. Have a good one.